Yo, what's good, YouTube? It's Christian Cole 1K here with another reaction. We about to react to drill rappers and their favorite weapons. Let's get straight into it. Let's not waste no time.
In drill, the weapon makes the rapper. Lil Jeff was known as King Draco. He lived and died with that stick. Leaf Ward stayed with the switch, ready for anything in Philly. Sugar Hill Keem ditched the basketball and picked up a Glock, firing it in broad daylight. And Rondo No. 9 brought out a rocket
Yo,
launcher.
Rondo number 9 is some crazy shit. Gang had a rocket launcher, an RPG, no Fortnite gang. Like, what the fuck, nigga? Like, where do you even get that from? A rocket launcher, an RPG game? Like, bro, that's crazy.
And made the news. This is drill rappers and their favorite weapons. Sugar Hill Keem and his favorite weapon, the Glock.
Okay.
Before Sugar Hill Keem was gripping Glocks, he was gripping basketballs. Growing up in Sugar Hill, Harlem, Keem spent his
That's
early
where
years
D-Dot,
hooping,
D-Dot, D-Dot
thinking the
song.
court might be his way out. But once he realized that ball wasn't taking him nowhere fast, he turned fully to the streets.
Okay.
And in Harlem, once you drop the ball, you better pick up a pole.
Yeah.
Keem eventually chose the Glock as his weapon of choice, and he wasn't shy about it either. It became his go-to both in the field and in his music. But the moment that really stamped the Glock as his signature came during one of the wildest incidents in New York drill. Keem was walking through the city with Blockwork, who at the time was still his homie. Out of nowhere, a car full of Opps pulled up on them. Most people would have ducked, ran, or hid behind something. Not Keem. He pulled out what looked like a Glock pistol and started sending shots at the whip, right in the middle of the street. No hesitation, no cover, just him standing there with that Glock letting off. His Opps peeled off, speeding away, while Keem stayed planted like nothing had just happened.
Why the hell
That
did you
moment
say
alone
Crime Stoppers? How you just describe it? Nigga, that's self-defense. The fuck?
turned him from just another Harlem rapper into someone you didn't want to catch lacking. The Glock showed up again and again in Keem's music. He rapped about it like it was part of his identity. In one of his most quoted lines from Ice Cream Truck, Keem raps, "She just wanna move, I put the gun right in my bitch boot." That wasn't just a bar, it was a lifestyle. Keem kept that Glock so close it was getting passed off to his girl like a purse. In that line, he wasn't talking tough. He was telling you exactly how he moved. But the Glock wasn't just for show. Keem had a real relationship with that firearm. In May 2022, while already on parole, Keem flashed a Glock on IG Live and ended up getting arrested the same day. The NYPD had been watching him closely, and giving them proof on live was all they needed. Keem ended up getting hit with a 5-year sentence for it.
Damn.
That Glock, it might have helped him build his name, but it also helped build his case. And what's crazy is, Keem had already been through it before. Years earlier, he and Blockwork got pulled over in an Uber while riding dirty. Police found a gun, and even though there were no solid snitching charges, the rumor mill went crazy. Keem eventually turned on Blockwork, calling him a snitch. But the whole beef stemmed from that incident with a Glock tucked in the car. It wasn't just his ops or the cops watching either. Keem knew flashing that Glock had consequences, but he didn't care. He treated it like a microphone, something to be seen and heard with. Even after his arrest, fans could tell Keem wasn't moving without that pole. In drill, weapons are extensions of the...
Like, I never get that, like, trying to flex that you got a gun. Like, I feel like you become more of a target when you do that. But I kind of do get it in a sense, because, like, flexing with a gun, like, I ain't gonna say necessarily flexing, but, like, just letting people know that you got a gun, like don't try you, know what I'm saying? Like, don't come try to rob me, do whatever, you know what I'm saying? I got pulled, you know what I'm saying? I understand that, but these dudes, they just be trying to intimidate people with it, like, you know what I'm saying? I just never got that.
Rapper. For Keem, it was never a .22, never a revolver. It was always the Glock, lightweight, easy to stash, and reliable, perfect for someone constantly outside and in public beef. Whether it was tucking it in a girl's boot or up close in a live shootout, Keem didn't just rap about the Glock, he lived it, and the consequences followed. After his arrest, he was sentenced to 5 years. His rise in the New York drill scene got halted the moment the Glock came back into the picture. That's the double-edged part of drill. What keeps you safe and makes your name can also be what gets you sent upstate. Right now, Keem is locked up, set to be released in 2027. But whether he's home or behind bars, the Glock will always be tied to his legacy.
That ain't too
He didn't
long.
just talk about it, he used it,
Yeah, use that shit as
flashed
a
it,
lesson.
lived with it, and ultimately got locked up because of it. Sugar Hill Keem may have started life trying to shoot for three-pointers, but in the end, the only thing he was shooting was a Glock. And that's the weapon that defined his career and his downfall. Rondo number 9 and his favorite weapon,
this is what I
an
want to hear
RPG.
about right here.
Rondo number 9 ain't just known for his drill bars and 600 ties. He went viral for flexing a weapon that made headlines in the middle of a city.
This is crazy, gang. Like, who do you want to kill that bad that you gotta get an RPG, gang? But that is kind of smart. I ain't gonna fake. Like, let's just say like you got Opps and they sitting on the block or something like that. Like, if you gonna slide, this is probably the best thing you can have for real. Like they all like, let's see Opps having a block party. You got an RPG, you just hitting with this. Nah, that's that's crazy. Like, how did you get that, bro? Like,
he already under fire. This wasn't a Glock, it was a rocket launcher.
RPG.
At the peak of his come-up, Rondo posted a photo on Instagram holding what looked like an AT-4 rocket launcher with the caption, "Coolin' it with my new baby." This wasn't no cartoon prop. The AT-4 is a Swedish anti-tank weapon used by the US military, designed to destroy armored vehicles in fortified positions. Rondo's version had a blue stripe, which meant it was a training model and not live combat ready. But to the police and the internet, it didn't matter.
So that
Chicago police were already monitoring military, designed to destroy armored vehicles in fortified positions. Rondo's version had a blue stripe, which meant it was a training model and not live combat ready. But to the police and the internet, it didn't matter. Chicago police were already monitoring drill rappers closely, especially those linked to gangs. So when a BD from 600 with a growing rap career starts flashing military-grade weaponry online, that set off alarms instantly. Cops didn't just investigate, it went public. Authorities put out an official bulletin warning the community that a gang member was roaming around with a rocket launcher. The flyer had Rondo's face and government name on it like he was a most wanted terrorist. Rondo deleted the post, tried to brush it off like a joke, but the impact had already hit. The image became one of the most infamous moments in Chicago drill history. He never got charged over the RPG, but it made his name trend for something bigger than rap. It blurred the line between internet flexing and real-life consequences. To this day, fans still talk about it like a myth. This raised questions about whether there was a real plug in Chicago handing out rocket launchers to drill rappers. It's unclear if there was one AT-4 passed around for clout, or if more rappers had access to this kind of firepower. In a genre where everyone's flashing switches, beams, and drums, Rondo separated himself with one of the wildest flexes in drill history. The rocket launcher became part of his image. Even though it wasn't live ammo, the post captured everything about drill's peak chaos: guns, fame, clout, and consequences. Rondo number 9 might have been ahead of his time with the music, but that RPG post locked him into drill history forever. Most rappers post their stick. Rondo posted a war weapon. That's not just a favorite weapon. It's a legendary flex that nobody else in the game ever came close to.